We've just come back from Chiang Mai where we went looking for the monk. Couldn't find it.
Happy birthday.
But the place was shut.
There's too many reasons to be totally enthralled in everything that's going on in our lives, and that's just
I can't stop crying.
Sunny for each other. Just
It's a happy cry
every
though.
other.
Good morning from the beautiful U.S. Virgin Islands. Today is our first full day aboard the MSC Magnifica, and if you missed our last video, we are on a round-the-world cruise. Kinda. That we get to do 2 weeks of.
Last night we sailed to the island of St. Thomas. We've never been here before, so we're super excited. And it's the beginning of a really fun week because we get to visit 4 different Caribbean islands in 4 days. Full tourist mode.
We've just jumped in this open truck and been taken straight to one of the top 10 beaches in the world.
Welcome to Megan's Bay. This really is one of the most beautiful beaches I have ever seen. Back where the bus dropped everyone off, everybody kind of set up their spot, so there's a bunch of people down there. But we just started walking towards the end, and it's probably like a mile long. And there's hardly anyone over here. So you can find me here for the next few hours.
One of the really fun projects that we get to work on while we're on this cruise is that in each new destination that we go to, we get to interview a local and ask them what happiness means to them and how they pursue that happiness in their everyday life. And at the end of this entire around the world cruise, MSC is gonna put all of these videos together into one big documentary about happiness around the world. We just met up with our first local and we're super excited to introduce you to him. He is an absolute legend.
This is Julius the chef, AKA one of the coolest people I've ever met. I'm so happy we have the opportunity to meet you. He is a professional chef, a professional boxer. He's been on TV multiple times.
Yes.
A little bit of modeling.
Yes, a little bit of acting.
I'm a little starstruck right now.
Thank you guys for coming to my island. Yes, thank you guys for being here.
After a very relaxing afternoon on the beach, we drove to the tallest point in St. Thomas, which has a very original name, Mountaintop. Like, that's actually the name. We just realized that between the two of us, we have 9 cameras on us right now.
If you count cell phones, which we have 3 of.
How crazy is that? It's been such a crazy day, our first day off the ship, juggling all these cameras, trying to figure out our workflow for this, that we did something that I've only done a handful of times in my entire life.
We forgot to eat lunch.
It's like 4 o'clock. I never do that.
But thankfully, we are almost back to the ship.
Thank you. And we are making up for it with unlimited gelato. So if I gain like 1,000,000 pounds on this cruise, this is why.
Today is day 3 of our cruise, and I was about to start cleaning up our mess of a room to do this opening, but then I thought this really helps illustrate why we love cruising so much. Let me show you. We have this, these, all of this, all of this. Hey.
All of this.
Normally, all of this stuff has to go into a bag before we're able to move to a new destination. But that's what's so great about cruising. You go to sleep, you wake up the next morning, you don't unpack or pack anything. You just wake up in a new place and you get to go explore. Like we have this morning here in San Juan, Puerto Rico.
And we didn't have to figure out how to get here. We are starting the day with a walking tour around San Juan with a cute little local lady named Marisa. And Puerto Rico is actually a U.S. territory that I do not know very much about, apparently. I've already learned so much history.
We are currently walking beside the old city wall that was built in 1625, back when the Spanish owned this island, and they got tired of being attacked by the French and the Dutch and the Brits and the pirates. So they spent 200 years building this massive 3-mile wall. We are currently inside of the largest Spanish fort in all of the Americas, and yes, I'm in the restroom, but that is because this is the best view that I've ever seen from the toilet. Hola, I'm in the bathroom. Okay, the walking tour is officially over. We are on our own now, but it turns out that our stop in Puerto Rico was timed perfectly because we're here for one of the biggest festivals of the year.
It's called the San Sebastian Street Festival, and it is crazy. All the streets are closed. It feels like one huge party. There's music, dancing, costumes, street food.
And there's not like one official parade, there's just random groups parading through the street like this one right here.
It's called bacalao. We've attempted to ask 3 different people what exactly it is. The only thing that we know for sure is that there is codfish or whitefish and some kind of flour, and they fry it and then just pull it right out of the grease and put it on a plate and give you a whole bunch of napkins. Absolutely delicious. Super crunchy. A little bit fishy, but not too much. It's just like really salty. It's like when you order fried fish, all the really crunchy pieces on the end, like the best part, it's just one giant crunchy piece. I love this.
The fun part is it's not like this is like planned by any like one group. Nobody's responsible for the party that we can tell. It's like everybody just takes it upon themselves to bring their own instruments out into the street to make their own party. It's just all happening in little pockets around the city, and you're just discovering it as you're walking around.
I even saw someone who had a medicine bottle as their instrument.
Yeah, everybody has shakers, drums.
to experience today. I'm so happy that we got to be here during this festival. festival. It's like 5 days long. I would totally come back here in a heartbeat and do the whole thing. It is so much fun.
We learned this morning from our tour guide that this festival is actually to celebrate the end of Christmas. Apparently Puerto Rico. Yeah,
I love it here.
Puerto Rico has the longest Christmas season. It starts in November and it ends with this festival.
Good way to end it. Put this on your bucket list, people.
I never thought I would say this, but sadly it's time to head back to the ship.
Today is already day 5. Yesterday we spent the day at sea where we spent some time at the spa, which included an amazing massage.
Enjoy your massage.
I think I might be getting like a scrub. There's plastic on mine. It was so good.
This morning we have just arrived at the island of Curacao, which is part of the ABC Islands. Aruba, Bonaire, and Curacao, all 3 Dutch islands that sit very close to South America. But instead of going out and exploring in the sun today like you would expect on a Caribbean island, we're heading underground.
Good morning. Good
Morning. We are currently inside the Hato Cave, which is the largest cave in all of Curacao.
And then it tastes like any food. I don't like it. We are currently in the bat chamber, and our guide told us not to look up with our mouth open because if something warm goes in your mouth, it won't taste like fruit because they're fruit bats. And there's 300 of them.
Why is your head so low right now? Stand up straight.
I can't.
Stand up. This bridge that we're walking on now was built in 1888, and it's super unique because the entire bridge actually sits on pontoons. And so when a ship needs to come into the harbor, the entire bridge can open up. There's a big motor on one end that opens the entire bridge. The ship can pass through, and then it closes back and all the people can walk across.
It was so funny. We got to watch it happen, and this little alarm starts ringing. And
It also waves a lot.
Like all these people are still on the bridge, and people were like running to
Do I
off.
jump over the end of it?
They were literally jumping over the crack where it was splitting.
So that was just like a small ship that passed through, so it only took like 5 minutes, but apparently when the big ships come into the harbor, it takes a full 45 minutes for the bridge to open and shut all the way. We have now made our way down to downtown Willemstad, which is a UNESCO World Heritage City. And you can see why, because it's beautiful and also super unique. We've been to several Dutch islands since we've been in the Caribbean. We've been to Saba, we've been to St. Martin, but this one feels more Dutch than any of them.
Like the buildings, the food, the way everything looks and feels, the language.
It's pretty much like you're in Amsterdam, except instead of canals, you have the ocean.
One of the coolest things that we've seen since we've been here is this floating market. Every 2 weeks, these boats come all the way from Venezuela and bring the island all the fish and the fruits and the vegetables that they need. It's so cool.
Since Curacao is a Dutch island, I was able to track down one of my all-time favorite sweets. I just picked up a pack of stroopwafels, which I cannot wait to enjoy in the morning. I'm gonna order a room service coffee, let the stroopwafel just melt over top of it. It's gonna be so good.
How are you?
We are kicking off day 6 with some caffeine, like usual. If you didn't know, MSC is a European cruise line, which means they have a very European coffee culture, which means there are coffee bars on pretty much every floor, and I'm taking full advantage of that. Today we are in Aruba, and it is our last Caribbean island of this trip, but this is not our first time here. We were here last year during Carnival. There won't be any dancing in the streets this time, at least that's not on the agenda, but there is an open bar, so there's a chance that people will be dancing very soon.
We are spending the day on Day Palm Island, which is basically an all-inclusive island that was just totally built for fun.
It's amazing.
So we're going into full vacation mode this afternoon.
Let's go!
You're welcome. Have a good day.
Thanks, you too. This is the best. Seriously. You come back, you have salt and sunscreen all over your face.
Wow, what a week. We have visited 4 islands in the last 6 days, and it has been so much fun.
We haven't stayed at any of these places long enough to like truly get to know a place. Like a day just isn't quite long enough, but that's one of the things that we love about cruising. You get to get a taste of a lot of different places and then see which one you want to go back to and spend more time.
For us, this trip, that was definitely Puerto Rico. It's an island that we hadn't thought that much about.
It wasn't even on our radar.
Yeah, but I don't know, it's part of the US, and so we just didn't feel like it was that different. We like going to new places, but Puerto Rico was awesome, and we will definitely go back there one day.
To be fair, they were having their biggest festival of the year, so I think we may have caught it on its best day, but we just like had so much fun that afternoon.
And now our time in the Caribbean is officially over, and tonight we are cruising to a new country.
Our first of 2 new countries that we're going to be visiting on this cruise, and a new continent.
And now,
a well-deserved let's go to St. Thomas.
Hey.
I thought maybe I'd float. Oh, but I can walk because I float up. I gotta get out of here.
Zumba time. Excuse me. I love massages. Seriously, I'm so excited about this. I'm gonna look so good at dinner tonight.
I thought there was no better way to celebrate Kara's birthday than to let her know that the impact that she has had all over the world. And thank you to everybody who's helped me make this possible.
We're some of the luckiest ones
We love you, Kara. Happy birthday.
Wait, love people now.
In Texas.
Birthday, Kara.
Shut up. Oh my gosh. That's crazy. Oh my gosh.
When your face looks at food, because every single time.
It won't stop coming out. Thank you so much. That was the best 26 minutes and 11 seconds of my life. I can't believe how many people were so nice.